We did call it. We talked about it earlier. Just announced today, Google said, hey guys, Stadia, surprise! We're closing that bitch down. And it's gone.
Gone. Yeah.
Not only is it gone, but it's gone January 18th of 2023. I think we called that too. Like because they made the fall announcement, and I think we said in the podcast it's like the inside of like 3-4 months, gone. And there it is. It's gone. The surprise in this is not that they're shutting Stadia down. Everyone knew that bitch was getting shut down. If you didn't think it was getting shut down, whew, you got some faith. You got more faith than I do. However, the surprise is they're refunding fucking like everything, bro. They're refunding the hardware. They're refunding the software purchased on Stadia's platform, including add-ons. So basically anything in that ecosystem that people bought into, all getting refunded in some way, shape, or form. So they spent years building this shit up, launching this shit out, pushing all this stuff to market, and now they're going to spend the time and money to refund it all on the backside of this. And they're like, their little message was like, oh, well, you know, we got some good stuff. The tech is applicable in other markets that we're interested in, and so we'll shift it into that. And I'm sure they will. But holy shit, Google has been known to take some L's. This might be the biggest L I've seen them take. I don't know of a bigger L that Google has fucking held than Google Stadia. They still called it in their memo, they how'd they word it? Like it's beyond gaming. It's like this bigger than gaming. You know, Stadia is just as bigger. Nah, bro. It's not.
Stadia's dead.
Stadia's dead now.
Super dead.
Super fucking dead now. I would love to know how much money, if anyone ever gets their hands on the dollar amounts, how much money this is going to cost them to pay everyone back.
Well, good news is there's probably not a lot of people that own Stadia. So
it's probably like 7 customers that they have to chase down.
I mean, I'm sure it's not a small dollar amount, but it's probably like it's not.
It's probably. Do you think? Okay, what's the? Do you think it's under 50,000 people?
Oh, for sure. Well, there might be 50,000 people out there.
Do we know? Do they have that number? Do they have that number out there? I'm kind of interested. Do they have a Stadia subscriber count?
220,000 total active Stadia users. But like, how many of them are like, you know, kind of given a Stadia for free, you know?
Which they did give of a cut, like some of them out, and then they were like packaging them with stuff and whatnot, and so yeah, I don't know, but it's less than what we do know is that it's probably less than $250,000, so 250,000 or less. Of those people, how many of them actually have their hands on hardware, things like that? How many of them bought software through the platform? So
I mean,
it's
one of my
probably
neighbors has it, so I'll have to text him and say like,
shit.
I'll have to text him and let him know that Stadia closed down and you're gonna get a full refund.
I forgot you mentioned that when we last talked about Stadia, that one of your neighbors has it
him right now.
Like, sorry to break it to you, but Stadia's going bye-bye in January. Time to buy that Xbox Series X and get on that Game Pass hype. Basically the same thing. It's not a big surprise, but that was surprising. However, developing stories, and I didn't add it to talk about it really in depth on the podcast because it's so fresh. But there is already some whisperings, and I'll be interested if Bloomberg or any other major publications do get their hands on one of these stories and dive into it and find out more. But there was already a developer that said our game was set to launch on Stadia soon, and now they're saying, but it looks like Google may or may not even pay us for the contract now because they're shutting everything down. So they have all this work. This game is like basically done and ready to ship, but now it's looking like Google's not even going to be paying them for the work. Should this shut down? So that I didn't want to say anything beyond that. There's whisperings of that around social media after this. Some devs talking about it.
I just messaged him. He said, yeah, apparently him and a bunch of his buddies all have it too.
What? Seriously?
And yeah, I think that's how they're all playing. And they said they got an email today. They said that they're going to take the money and buy Steam Decks. And they're all getting full refunds on all of their games and hardware.
Steam Deck even. Wow, that's a hop. All right, yeah, fucking why not? Okay. The Steam Deck dream. That's pretty funny. From one experimental tech to another form of experimental tech, except this one definitely totally works. Yeah, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see if that develops any more. Developers getting caught up in this cycle with Stadia towards the end of its life cycle. Yeah, we'll wait and see, and if more comes out, then I'll talk about it when we know more. But that was just what I've seen, some whisperings here and there about that being a possibility, but nothing confirmed as of yet.